Today's stories give new depth to the phrase, sticky situation.
Let's talk about that. Good Mythical Morning.
A few weeks ago, we did an episode on the weirdest things found in toilets, one of which was a dude stuck in a porta potty.
I guess you would have to say the whole thing's called vandalism of spout a pot.
That got us thinking, where else have people been stuck?
Sure, we've all been stuck in a bathroom or the trunk of a car, or if you're R. Kelly, a closet.
Okay.
But you would be absolutely amazed at the places that people have gotten themselves stuck, and we're gonna go through some of our favorites.
I got a good one. April of last year in Lincoln, Nebraska, a mother reported that her 3-year-old son was missing. So the police show up at her house where she was, and she says, I think he might have just slipped out the front door, which was unlocked, while I was in the bathroom.
He's an independent little boy.
Well, about that same time, the police also get a phone call from Madsen's Bowling Alley and Billiards Bar across the street. Yeah. And the report is that in the arcade, there is an unusually large prize in the claw machine that looks remarkably like a 3-year-old boy. Inside of the claw machine. Dude went out the front door,
industrious.
Walked across the street, and didn't just start playing the game, he became the game.
I thought you were gonna say he went bowling, but no, he went into the claw machine.
And if you don't believe me, there were people there, because he was in there for a while just snapping pictures of him. I mean, look at this picture. There he is, inside of the thing, inspecting each of the toys, like, claw couldn't have gotten this one. Yeah, what about this one? I think I'll take this one. He's inside of the machine.
He doesn't seem panicked at all. He's like, y'all know what's up. I got in the claw machine. Y'all know y'all wish y'all was me.
So the cops come, and 2 hours and $500 later, they still haven't gotten him out, because as we all know, a claw can't pick up like an outdated iPod
Give me
box.
another quarter, Bill.
How's it supposed to get
It keeps grabbing onto his forehead and just slipping right off. He's got his arm, oh crap, he dropped again.
It keeps falling. It's just taunting you, man.
It really took him 2 hours?
No, I made that up. In $500. That was like the joke.
Yeah, the quarter. I know where the math comes from. They probably just took the glass.
They took the glass off.
They took the glass sheath off.
He was allowed, get this, they got him out. He was totally fine. He was allowed to keep one toy.
Oh, come on.
After all that.
He should at least get a handful. All right, congratulations to that kid. This is a little sadder of a story. This is Brazilian inmate Rafael Valadeo tried to escape prison, Link. You know, he was in prison, he wanted to be out.
Of course he did.
Shawshank Redemption style, he tunneled a hole in the wall in his cell. No word on whether or not there was a poster of Rita Hayworth covering it. Shawshank fans.
That's not even a joke. It's just like a taunt that you know something no one cares about Shawshank Redemption.
Everybody who watched that movie knows about that poster, man.
I'm just saying it was more of a taunt than a joke.
Well, you know what? He decided to do this with a group of friends in the prison.
Just like Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah. And Morgan Freeman made it out first. No. His friend made it out first, and then Raphael was second. But that was the mistake, because Raphael had not made the hole big enough for Raphael.
He got stuck.
So he got his upper region out. Here he is. He got that far out.
Well, he had a good idea, because he shaved his head and evidently his entire upper body.
Yeah.
Which should help you get through a tight spot, but he didn't oil down enough.
Yeah, he didn't bring the bacon grease.
You gotta oil down if you're gonna escape prison.
And now his friends were behind him trying to push him out. Think about how frustrated we were. Like, I knew he shouldn't have gone first, because he's been eating extra prison cheese.
Chow.
Yeah,
they call it chow.
Well, the cheese, gives you a little extra weight.
Yeah.
Anyway, he starts screaming. He panics and he starts screaming, and of course the fire department comes. And they extract him, and then they put him back in the prison, presumably not through the hole, but back through the front door.
Yeah, they shove him back in.
And when they get back to his cell, they realize that he had packed suitcases in his cell that he was planning on getting out. I don't know if this was a square suitcase in a round hole situation, but I doubt that he would be able to get the suitcases out, but he couldn't get himself out.
All right, I got you another one here. January of 2009, and unidentified.
Oh, unidentified.
There's lots of syllables to try to get out there. man was skiing at the super duper fancy Vail Ski Resort in Vail, Colorado.
Oh, yes.
Had a little ski mishap. He was on the flying bench that takes you back up the mountain. What are those things called? Ski lift.
No, I call it flying bench. Hold on, where's the nearest flying bench?
So he was on the flying bench going up, and then all of a sudden he slips off.
It happens to the best of us.
And his right ski gets caught. He is dangling from his right ski as this thing's going up. The problem is, as he slipped off, his pants didn't slip off the seat. They just slipped off of his person. So he's dangling totally naked, and yes, there are pictures.
What happened to the underwear? Did he go? Is he free balling out on the ski in Vail?
Free skiing, man. I don't know.
He's going Comanche.
It's expensive.
He's going commando.
Comanche Commando?
Well, we used to call it a Comanche.
We didn't know what we were talking about.
In the,
it's expensive to buy a lift ticket there, so he couldn't afford underwear, I think is my theory.
Okay.
So he was dangling pantsless for 15 minutes.
A lot can happen in 15 minutes.
We got a southern exposure on the north face of the mountain. You know, just think about the questions going through this guy's mind. He starts to slip off, and he's like, oh, am I gonna die? And he's like, is it really cold out here all of a sudden? You know, it's like, people taking pictures. If you look at this other photo, the thing I love is that his traveling companion on the flying bench never gets out of the ski lift. He's just sitting there.
I would have at least.
There's people helping him. The other guy's just sitting there. It's like, I'm not looking down at this.
If this happened to you, I would take my jacket off and
please,
you.
Something.
I mean, look, now he's on Good Mythical Morning.
Drape this dude, please. Somebody drape him.
No, this guy never ever went skiing again without a nice tight pair of underwear with a drawstring.
Yeah, for real, dude.
Okay, on October 15th, 1999, a guy named Nicholas White left floor 43 of the McGraw-Hill building where he worked in New York, and he took a little break. Oh, no big deal. And he's coming back up from his break, takes the elevator. Problem is, halfway up back to his office, the elevator stops. This has happened to the best of us, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's everyone's fear to be stuck in an elevator.
41 hours later.
What?
41 hours.
I think I remember hearing about this guy because there was surveillance footage, right?
Right. This happened a long time ago, but it became more of a sort of like an internet story more recently. But
okay.
He had no watch, no cell phone, no food, no water. The only thing he had to sustain himself.
No cell phone?
Was it was 1999. A pack of Rolaids. He was quoted as saying, "Rolaids aren't a very good meal." Really?
I think it says that on the package. I mean, they're just upfront about that.
Right.
Not a meal.
So
Or
after a while, he's like, well, okay, well maybe I can do that thing where you pry the doors open like they do in the movies, and then you just pry the next doors out and you get out.
Well, yeah, that's like hour one.
But the problem was it was an express elevator that went up like 30 floors and bypassed. There was no opening, so he's in the middle of a concrete shaft. So when he finally got the doors open, it was just solid concrete wall. So he's like, okay, this is a problem. I've got Rolaids. I now have to pee. He proceeds to
pee on the Rolaids.
Pee.
Don't pee on your only source of sustenance.
He pees not in the corner. This is smart. Not in the corner, but out, like in the little slit between. He opens the door and pees down the shaft. Thankfully, he did not have to poop, which that would have been
41
a
hours.
really difficult decision.
41 hours. He did have to poop.
No, he did not.
He
poop,
just
though.
didn't.
He did not.
He
poop.
did not do it. What would happen if you peed on Rolaids? I'm just asking.
Probably fizz.
That's
probably
another,
like a Coke and Mentos situation.
That's another episode.
We'll do that next time. But he ends up ringing the bell, getting on the intercom, looking up at the camera. 5 security guard shifts go by. He's on the camera the whole time. None of them happen to notice that he's stuck in the freaking elevator, eating Rolaids and peeing into the crack. Not dooking. But eventually somebody realizes that he's there, and he gets out after 41 hours. He thinks he's going to die, but he doesn't. And he sues the building management, and he settles for a small, undisclosed sum. And to this day, he still does take elevators.
Oh, he does?
He does take elevators. It didn't scare him away from elevators. What are you going to do, stairs? Come on.
All right, I got to squeeze this one in for you. March 2011, Mr. Timothy Cipriani of Schenectady, New York. Cipriani of Schenectady, New York, wanted him some money, and he wanted him some pizza.
Right.
Look at his face. You know this guy's been through something, y'all. Well, let me tell you what it was. He hatched a brilliant scheme to rob a Paisan's Pizza.
Oh, yeah.
He scaled a tree, pried open a vent on the roof, and then entered through the vent. Now, I don't know.
Mission Impossible
I don't
style.
know. Yeah. I don't know if you know this, though. Air ducts are designed for air, not for Timothy Cipriani's.
Yeah, exactly.
He got duct stuck. Now, I don't know how the police were alerted, but it may have been because of his screaming. He's like the dude in the... So he starts screaming. The Popo arrive at 1 a.m. and they find him screaming and dangling. His feet are dangling over a deep fryer.
He got his feet out.
Yeah, look at the picture.
He gets points for feet extrusion.
Now, what does this tell you? This tells you that the police showed up, and then the first thing they did was, hey, I gotta take a picture of this. Some dude took a picture, a policeman or somebody took a picture of him while he was still screaming, hey, you gotta get me out of here. I got to get the framing right.
Evidence, man, it's evidence.
Make it square for Instagram, you know? It took 30 minutes for firefighters to get him out, and the dude had done 5 prison stints before, all for attempted burglary.
You gotta grease yourself up if you're gonna do this kind of thing. I mean, if you're gonna escape from prison or you're gonna go rob a Paisan Pizza, you gotta put Crisco all over yourself.
Have you been taking notes? Put Crisco all over yourself.
Come on, people, think
and
about
also like and comment. Like
yeah,
you always
please do that.
We thank you for that.
You know what time it is.
Hi, I'm Chloe,
I'm Phil.
and it's time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
Woo! We've been having lots of fun over on Snapchat. Yes, that's right. We're on Snapchat. The username is Rhett Link. Real Rhett Link. I'm Rhett. He's Link. We're real.
We're real. Click through the Good Mythical More. We got an amazing roller coaster stuck story. Almost.
Rhett can't stop smiling.
Hey, man, be serious. Pull it together, man. Are you in pain or are you happy? I can't even tell.
I just can't stop smiling. I'm not happy about it. I just can't stop smiling.
Wow. I've never seen such a painful smile in my life.
Oh, and you know what? I think it's constipation.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
Deal with that.
Well, the first thing that happened, officers, I got duck sucked.
Ducks.
And then right after I got duck sucked, I got duck sucked.
Duck stuck.